thought she really enjoyed my meeting. I'm not the boss. Okay, so I look because I'm going to have a hand to my She said May the last time. Well, I mean, she told me May about, it was a month ago, I guess. So she, well, maybe it's May. She gets so involved, then she puts it off every month. It might have been May. Maybe she did say May. And I said, when you come this time, I'd like to see some things. You tell me when she's going to come, and I'd like to interview you this time. Oh, what was that? Little center. Oh, that must have been in my sleeping apartments. Hi, how are you? Fine, how are you? Yeah, we were just talking about it in here, but I survived.
Oh, you were lucky.
I'm a survivor.
That could have been really bad.
It must have been frightening. I thought there was something about
He's laden up about his relative.
oh yeah, they have pictures too.
Do they?
Yeah, they supplied a lot of
Would you like to handle Is that right? Yeah. Take some, yeah.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. What a pleasure it is to see all of you here this afternoon on a beautiful afternoon. It's our 5th anniversary. 5 years ago, we moved into the museum. And as you look around, if you ever saw it then and now, you'll notice what a difference has been made just in that short a time. We don't claim to be the biggest, we don't claim to have the most, but it's my claim that the people we have volunteering services for us are the best in Southwest Iowa. I'd like to start off, I want to introduce the present board of directors. Some are here and some are not. Bill Overby's the vice president. I haven't seen Bill here yet today. Marge Wright, our secretary, is here. Betty Livingston is in Branson, Missouri this weekend on an R&R. Frances Rankin is still in Arizona. Alesta Revis, I'm sure she's here.
She'll be here later.
Oh, she had a funeral, didn't she?
Yeah.
Sam Knittel, Eugene Chambers, and Nancy Perry. And as president of the board of directors, I must say that's a very good board. They've been very cooperative. There are several things that I wanted to have done this year in my tenure, and one of them was to bring our bylaws up to date, and this has been done. I expect them to be approved at our next board meeting. Bob Norris has helped tremendously with that. And Nancy and Marge Wright are the two that did most of the work on it. But they were formed 20 years ago, and it was time for an update. It really was. Before I go any farther, This day I've asked our mayor, Bob Creighton, to say a few words in promoting the museum. The city council has helped us monetarily and with verbal support all along, and we really appreciate that. Bob, would you like to step forward and say a few words?
Love it. Welcome. And they expect, and traditionally, in every old movie and everything you've ever seen, it's always the mayor's duty to give a welcome and greetings from the city, and then everybody hopefully says he sits down. And I'm really not going to do that a little bit. I'm going to talk to you a little bit. And if you get tired, just start yawning and I'll stop. But first of all, I want to introduce two of my fellow council members, Phyllis Goldberg and Chuck Maxine, who are sitting down, and they know this is going to be long. And they sit down, and then when the former mayor, my good friend Kay Norton, comes and sits down too, I know he knows it's going to be long too. So no, it's really not. It's just going to talk. I've been real impressed with the work of the board, and Tom Sawyer, my old friend, and Carolyn Steinbrink, who's a gem, a jewel among teachers at the Shenandoah schools, and promotes this group and this society and this historical preservation idea with their students by bringing them down here every year and having them just be part of their assignment and their tour of this facility. But I've been thinking really all day about how can you tie this in to what's really going on today? Today is Earth Day, and some of us are real impressed and concerned about what's going to happen with Earth Day in this year, the 90s and the 21st century. And I think that there's a problem that we can tie into what's going on right here today in this room. Because if we don't pay attention to what we learn from all of this, we might not have a place for our children to be around when the time comes. And so it's up to you and to our children and to all of us to kind of think about learning the lessons from our generations and trying to turn around some of the things that we did wrong, so that when they get to this point where they have to be in our position, that they will have said that, hey, there's still a place for everybody to live. And I'm concerned about, and you all know that live here, that we're really concerned about waste and environment and our atmosphere and our groundwater. And we're working on that all the time. And it's really a lot of us old-timers who are doing that are trying to solve the problem so that our children will have safe water and safe air to breathe. Hey, it's really strange what happened. I heard someone say the other day that, someday it might be that we're going to have to recycle our sewer water. And some people said, oh God, not that, And I said, hey, you're really behind times. Where do you think our sewer water goes? It goes into the Nishnabotna River, and the Nishnabotna River goes into the Missouri River. And St. Joe is not too far from here, and Kansas City, and St. Louis, and Mobile, and Memphis, and New Orleans. And every one of those cities takes their water from the Missouri or the Mississippi River. And so every town between here and even before they get here is already recycled and recycled and recycled their sewer water into that river system. And somebody says, oh gosh, that's a terrible thought. Well, we purify it and we do a pretty good job. I think every drop of water in the world is recycled every day. Through our lakes and our oceans and our rain and our fog and our groundwater and all these things. And so when you talk about things that we're going to have to do, you with your wisdom and us with our work are going to have to find a way to tie in the lessons that we learned from the past to what happens in the future. And it's really up to you. Just because most of us here got gray hair doesn't mean that we're out of the mainstream of what's going on. We're good examples of that. And so I encourage you to think about it, tie in the things that we're talking about with what we're going to plan for the future, and get busy with it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Creighton. We have a former mayor in the audience. Kay Norton is here. And not incidentally, he was one of the original 22 signers of the papers for incorporation for the Historical Society. Kay, nice to have you here.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Also, today we have some people that I would like to recognize. I think I see Darrell Driftmeyer here. He's one of our Page County supervisors. Would you like to say a word, Mr. Driftmeyer? It's good to
Glad
have
to
you.
be here.
Good to have you here. And I don't see Morris Revis, but I suppose he was called to a funeral today. Is Carl Trish here? All right, then I want to go on down a list of people that I want recognized today. Flo Logan could not be here. Her husband was the first president, Larry Logan, of the Shenandoah Historical Society. Hazel Martin is here today. Her husband was the next president of the Historical Society and was the president of the society when we purchased this building. A memorable event at that time. Then other former board members, I see Rosalie Hillman is here. I don't see Howard Johnson. Bob Norris. Bob has been our lawyer ever since we started. Jim Androy is the next member, Howard Johnson, and have I missed anybody? I know I'm going to miss people today. That's one of the...
Just came in.
Oh my, here's Vera Bredensteiner. Let's have a hand for Vera. Vera is responsible for most of the lumber in our Manti cabin and for the backdrop of the window, the barn boards there, and support throughout the years. If everybody was as supportive as Vera, we'd have a 10-story building and probably acres and acres, but that's in the future, I think. Good to have you here, Vera. The people that I want to talk about today, and like I know I'm going to miss people, but Wynn Greenleaf has been a stalwart since she has been appointed coordinator of the museum. Wynn is the only one that's paid out of monies that from Mr. Driftmeyer, the Board of Supervisors, has given us money, and we pay a wage out of that. Some days they'll give us more and we can pay more wages, but she's paid for 4 hours a week, and I know this week she's been here 40 hours. And, well, I bet you have. And so she should be recognized. Molly Weingartner. Molly Weingartner is another who not only gives a time, but pays some wages of kids that do some work for us here. And we'll go down and buy materials and we never see a bill for it. So I want Molly to be recognized today. Other people that we don't hear anything about, but do come down time after time and put in, and you see them sitting among the audience, and I can't name them all, but I would like to have you go around, you know most of them, and when we're having our little gathering afterwards and cake and coffee, say hi and thank you. And there I see another face back there, Verlene Luker. She was our first museum committee chairman and started off, did a really good job, and then time and her job didn't allow her to continue, so Verlene does a wonderful job with our press on CMA, gets us on Channel 12 and on her program, so we have to thank Verlene for that too. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Jackie Simpson. Jackie was our museum committee chairman for some time. Some of the things that Jackie did and innovated while she was here will continue with the museum forever. And while she's not here this afternoon, I thank Jackie for all that she did. One of our newest people is Hugh Bell, and he's running the camera this afternoon. And what you don't know, just yesterday, Hugh put a new coat of stain on our entrance out here. It looks brand new. So that's another. Other people I want recognized, Mr. and Mrs. Clinton Williams. The library that you see behind us is donated by the Williams. Beautiful, beautiful. And we thank you for that. They also contribute monetarily through the year, and we don't publicize it, but they know what it is, so we thank you for that too. As I said, the Manti cabinet from Vera Brensteiner's wood and her thoughtfulness on that. And the furniture inside in memory of Lucille Hoppick. We can't forget that. I don't know, I kind of get choked up because this means quite a bit to me. The bell across the street was one of the first things that was put in. That was donated by Jack Foster and moved to its present site, which is a very visible location and people pass it every day. The mortgage burning was another significant event in the museum's history. And this was mainly responsible because of Mr. and Mrs. Forrest Klebinger and the Jim Martins. The 6-hour course on our Shenandoah history was put together by Jackie Simpson in coordination with the Southwest Iowa Community College. And we have that on tape, every minute of it. And some of the things that you will not remember are on that tape, and it'd be good to view it sometime. The piano collection by George Rowe. And the video section was donated by Francis Rankin. We have a monitor, a TV monitor, we have the VCR and a cabinet, and the camcorder that he was using, and some of the things we have on there are priceless. Glenn and Doris Castle are almost figures that you can't get out of here. Every time I'm here, they're here. And to watch them conduct a tour, you know that they love it. Let's give them. And like I said, I know I'm forgetting something, and if I am, I hope you might remind me of it just before we close. But for now, I'm going to introduce Molly Weingartner, who will give her museum committee some credit.
Here, every horizontal surface was dusted by a volunteer. The floor is vacuumed. All of this over here was built entirely by volunteers, and real smart ones too. They know what they're doing. And we've had wonderful help and wonderful workers down there. So I want you to realize that the fairies don't come and do this. People come, and they're wonderful with their help. And we've just had such good luck, and are looking to the future and hoping that the next thing that we will be able to develop will be some kind of good, comprehensive exhibit on KMA radio, KFNF radio, the radio and seed house heritage that we have is what we're largely sort of put off in this museum because it's such a big thing that we really couldn't develop it within this space. So we're hoping in the next 5 years to get help on that sort of thing, and that when the 10-year anniversary comes, you will be able to see a whole new side of Shenandoah, which will be KMA, KFNF, and nurseries. So thank you, volunteers.
I have not seen anybody that I recognize from the Nottoway Valley Historical Society. Is anybody here from Veranda? No. They have a very nice museum going over there, and you'd be remiss if you didn't stop by and go through it one of these days. As far as a program per se, this is it. Tried to make it very informal. We want you to get together and visit, enjoy that beautiful cake that was baked out of Hy-Vee. And I'm sorry, yes.
Tom, don't be sorry. Does everybody here know about the news about the depot that we received?
Have we received it officially?
Yes, we have.
Oh, good. Announce it then.
You want me to announce it? That on May 3rd, the Shenandoah has been nominated to be included in the Society for the Historical Preservation of the Depot, Wabash Depot, and they're going to be voting on it on May 3rd at the meeting in Jefferson. Jefferson. I think it is. Wherever.
Lake City.
Lake City, and the committee that's been largely responsible for turning in all the information and writing the letters, including the council, and has been Tom and his group here in this historical society, and I think that everything that's been sent in is being included in that packet, and we don't have to repeat it. And so I think it's favorable that we're going to have the depot included along with the only other thing in Shenandoah that's been included in that has been the WCTU fountain down in Sheridan Avenue, and so this will be the second one for Shenandoah. So I think that the work that you guys have done deserves some recognition, and the fact that also the Wabash Trace, whether you're for it or not, there's a lot of that that's going along around this state. And I just came back from one in Panora, Iowa, between Panora and Jefferson, where they've already asphalted the bike trail, and it's been preserved as a recreational trail throughout the center of Iowa. So it follows the Raccoon River and probably clear to Des Moines. But we hope that in the future that'll happen here, and that we'll be able to preserve that kind of national heritage that we have in southwest Iowa. So I think they also deserve a hand.
In truth, Bob, I'm sure Bill Hillman and his group are the ones responsible for the main push on the depot. We did write a letter as the Historical Society promoting the naming of the depot as a historical site. But I think Bill deserves the credit for in his group. There again, you can't, if you start naming volunteers, you'd be here all week. But the depot it's been moved. We're running a tape on it this afternoon. You can view it while mingling. It's been run once. We'll run it again. It's not very professional yet because we haven't had a chance to edit it. But we hope to have titles and so forth. We'll have that. So again, mingle, enjoy yourselves. and just have a good time with each other today. Thank you for coming. We really appreciate it.
I don't usually apologize for the things I do or don't do, but I'm going to apologize. I didn't see this music until yesterday, and I didn't grow up in Shenandoah, Iowa, so I never heard this before.
None of the rest of us have either, Carolyn.
Don't tell us that. And so we'll do what we can here. And this is the first time I've sung it with anybody playing it except me and one fingering. So we'll see what happens, okay?
You want to play through?
Oh, let's just go for broke. We might. Just give me a moment. No, start again. Why not pack the family grip and take a little trip? Just come and visit us by city, train, or bus. When you come, you'll want to stay much longer than a day. You want a vacation, this is KMA in Shenandoah, certainly they you're listening to. All we do is try to serve you people of the USA. You like north, south, east, or west, only we can serve you best. This is KMA in Shenandoah, certainly may you're listening to. One more verse. Now our little program ends. Aren't you glad? Made new friends and pleased our old ones too. That's what we try to do. It sure would make us feel real fine if you'd drop us a line. You all know our vacation. We're known throughout the nation. This is KMA in Shenandoah. Certainly may you're listening to. All we do is try to serve you people of the USA. North, south, east, or west, only we can serve you best. This is KMA in Shenandoah. Certainly may you're listening to. That was just for fun.
I have just been informed that there's a lady in the audience that used to play that on the air. Is Alda Topham still here?
No, I played it for Ruth Miller when she sang it.
Oh, really? Well,
Like Caroline, we think you
What
did
we need is the person who sang it.
Oh, I think we did all right. Thank you,
fine.
Caroline, Larry.